Yeah, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Cordy, man, bro. Y'all see the Power Rangers fit, bro? I got the white Power Ranger Ninjetti. Yeah, man. Let me see if I hold the wall. Y'all see that's hard. But I got the leg pad on my legs. Now I just got these white chucks on because the suit's white. But we ready to get into this. So let's go. This is 10 WWE matches that were canceled. Here we go. That's quite the thumbnail right there.
It's a taste of fall, a
I'm gonna get
day
my
not to
stuff.
miss. It's a touch of that and a bit of this.
Werther's original soft, chewy, and classic caramels made with real butter and fresh cream. Discover the original fall flavor.
It's more than sweet, a little piece of bliss.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, stardust, don't look back. I think it's time to go.
Let me get,
Live it up, whatever you
I guess I can skip this ad. I'll put y'all through one of them.
It's not uncommon for WWE to announce a major match, then at the last minute make a notable change to it, or even sometimes outright cancel it. There are several reasons why this can occur. A high profile match is sometimes changed due to a significant injury taking place, or on occasion, WWE boldly changes their creative direction and they believe that the matchup isn't the best thing for the company at that respective time. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 anticipated WWE matches that were cancelled at the last minute. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. Number 10, Bianca Belair vs Sasha Banks, SummerSlam 2021. One of the biggest matches on the 2021 SummerSlam card was the highly anticipated rematch. The rematch was between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and that rematch served as the sequel to the Undisputed Classic at WrestleMania 37 a few months prior. Unfortunately for WWE, it was declared that Sasha Banks wasn't medically cleared to wrestle at SummerSlam, so they opted for a thrilling yet controversial Plan B. When it was announced that Banks wouldn't be able to compete in the scheduled matchup, it was announced that she would be replaced by Carmella. However, this was yet another swerve from WWE, as before the match began, Becky Lynch made her grand return to WWE programming. Lynch would attack Carmella before challenging Belair for the SmackDown Women's title. Lynch would offer Belair a handshake before hitting a forearm and a manhandle slam to win the title in just 26 seconds. The booking decision received extensive criticism, mainly because fans were questioning why WWE were squashing one of the most popular babyfaces in the women's division. Number 9, The Undertaker vs Chris Jericho Casket Match, Greatest Royal Rumble.
I left my
For
kid
the
out there.
WWE's inaugural pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, the company initially announced The Undertaker vs Rusev in a casket match. Seemingly out of nowhere, this was cancelled in favor of The Undertaker taking on fellow legend Chris Jericho. Then, as if the WWE didn't have a clue what they were doing, the match was changed yet again, with the original matchup of The Undertaker vs Rusev being the match WWE went with. Rusev on his YouTube channel went into detail as to why the match was changed numerous times.
They said they took me out because I commented on Twitter, "Bury me softly, brother." So that has nothing to do with anybody being in or out or whatever. I just said that because it was a casket match and he ordered a casket. I thought you got to be buried and all that. That's why I said "bury me softly," and everybody took it so somewhere, nowhere near in this universe what it was supposed to be. Because the original idea was Vince was going to turn me babyface, like good guy. And then they did not want me to lose to Taker. And then they put Jericho in. But then what happened is the Prince called. I want Rusev back in this match. And guess what happened? Rusev went back in the match. And Rusev went to the dinner with the Saudi Prince.
In terms
Oh,
of
that's
Jericho's
what's up.
response to the match changing, he had a rather professional response, and this is what he had to say during an interview with Kid Cadet. I was never in that match in the first place. They asked if I wanted to be in the match, and then they changed their mind, and I said sure. In the world of WWE, things change all the time. You have to go with the flow. That's what gives you longevity and makes you a better performer. There are times when things are planned for months and then they change, and there's a lot of times things get changed in 3 seconds. You have to be ready to go at all times. Number 8, Brock Lesnar vs Roman Reigns, Day 1. WWE decided to have a
Oh
pay-per-view
yeah, they
event
didn't
on
do
New
that.
Year's
So they
Day in
put in
2022.
Bobby
The
Lashley.
day one pay-per-view would take place on January 1st, and the advertised main event was between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Unfortunately, on the day of the event, Reigns tested positive for COVID-19, so the main event was cancelled. Lesnar would instead be added to the WWE title match, which would now become a fatal five-way between Lesnar, champion Big E, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley.
I'm
In a
stupid, y'all.
shocking outcome,
I forgot
Lesnar
about
would win
that.
the WWE title, and this was a decision that was questioned by the majority of fans, as Big E was gradually gaining momentum as WWE champion, so it seemed too soon for the talented star to drop the prestigious belt. Number 7, Seth Rollins vs. Riddle, SummerSlam 2022. One of the most hyped matches on the 2022 SummerSlam card was the match between Seth Rollins and Riddle. However, WWE made the daring choice to scrap the match, and there were several theories floating around the internet, but it was ultimately revealed by Rollins during an interview with BT Sport that the match was scrapped due to time constraints. It was one of those situations where we had a regime change in the midst of a build to SummerSlam, I believe a week out. We had the biggest change in the history of our industry. When Triple H took over the creative process, he was looking at the hand that was dealt to him. They ended up having to add what I believe was a Mysterio's match based on a sponsorship agreement. We kind of fell into that spot where it was, we could use more weeks to build this story. They made the choice to axe our match and make sure all the other matches were maximized with time and story and all that. Totally understand that, and I respect it. I was a little upset we advertised the match and not giving that to them, the fans, and at that level I've been performing for really the last year. I felt it was a bit of a slap in the face to me as a performer that I wasn't able to be on what is essentially the second biggest show on the year for us. WWE did decide to feature a brawl of sorts between the two on the pay-per-view card. An eventual match between the two took place at the Clash at the Castle event in Cardiff, Wales. Number 6, Daniel Bryan vs. Kevin Owens, Fastlane 2019. Due to the rise of Kofi Mania, WWE had to change gears when it came to their creative direction in 2019. For the Fastlane event, WWE advertised Daniel Bryan vs. Kevin Owens for the WWE title. They would pull a swerve on delivering the match at Fastlane by announcing it on the show that a third person was being added to the match to make it a triple threat. Fans assumed that this would be Kofi Kingston, so when it was revealed to be Mustafa Ali, fans were a little disappointed. Once this disappointment shifted, the three men put on one of the most underrated matches of 2019, as the three turned the crowd around and put on a title match that warranted a place on a pay-per-view. Number 5, The Demon vs. Sister Abigail, TLC
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
2017.
TLC
2
2017.
days prior to the
But
2017
they replaced him
TLC
with Finn Balor,
pay-per-view,
which was
WWE was sent into total
amazing
bedlam
decision.
when
They
two
should've
of their
went with
top
that man.
stars, those being Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, came down with a viral infection. Reigns was set
The Wi-Fi is out.
Let me skip that.
to take part in the Shield's reunion match, but due to the infection, he was replaced by Kurt Angle. As for Wyatt, he was scheduled to portray the Sister Abigail persona against the Demon Finn Balor, yet in a shocking turn of events, Wyatt will be replaced by AJ Styles. This was a welcome move as fan interest in the feud between Wyatt and Balor was incredibly low. Balor vs AJ was a certified dream match. Number 4, Six-Pack Challenge
got in
Raw
trouble for doing
2022. The May 16, 2022 edition of Raw was notable for the last WWE appearance to date for Sasha Banks and Naomi. WWE were advertising a six-pack challenge for Raw that was to feature Banks, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Doudrop, Nikki Ash, and Asuka. Even though it was reported that Naomi was going to win this match, both Banks and Naomi hated the creative direction that WWE were taking the duo, so they subsequently decided to legitimately walk out of the company. As for the planned Raw matchup, this would be changed to a standard singles match between Asuka and Becky Lynch. Number 3, Stone Cold Steve Austin vs. The Rock vs. Triple H, Survivor Series 1999. The WWE had booked one of the biggest matches possible for the main event of the 1999 Survivor Series. Triple H was set to defend the title against two icons of WWE, those being The Rock and Stone Cold Steve
I think he only
Austin.
gets
There was a
defended
ton of buzz for the
against,
match, as this could have easily been a
The Rock,
WrestleMania main
right?
event. Leading up to the match, Austin had been informed that he needed to fix the issues with his neck, and he would have to take an extended time away from WWE programming. WWE knew this way in advance, but they still continued to promote the major pay-per-view event, knowing that it would never happen. WWE didn't cancel the match up until the pay-per-view was live on air when they ran the infamous angle which saw Austin get run down by a car and who was eventually replaced by The Big Show. This was seen as a rather tasteless and disappointing way to handle the situation, and luckily for WWE, they were able to fall back on the always handy card is subject to change clause. Number 2, Roman Reigns vs Goldberg, WrestleMania 36.
I don't think it
Roman
was
Reigns
great
deserves
to
all
not
the
have
credit
this
in the
match.
world for the decision he made in 2020. Reigns was set to challenge Goldberg for the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania 36. However, Reigns was concerned about his health and his well-being during the COVID-19 pandemic, and he therefore decided to take some time away from WWE. Whilst they were in support of Reigns' decision, they needed to find a new WrestleMania matchup, and they ultimately decided to go with Braun Strowman. Due to the way WWE were producing their product at the time, Goldberg vs Strowman had zero build, and the enthusiasm from fans to see the match wasn't exactly high. WWE decided to pull the trigger on
Can you
Strowman winning
say
the title, which was
Braun
seen as
Strowman
several
ain't a
years too
former
late by the
Universal
majority
Champion?
of the WWE audience. And number 1, CM Punk vs Chris Benoit, Vengeance Night of Champions 2007.
I knew
in
it was gonna be number
2007
one.
featured
I
a
knew it.
stacked card, with
I
one
was
of the
hoping
most
it wasn't,
anticipated
but-
matches being for the ECW World title. CM Punk was set to wrestle Chris Benoit for the title, and this is exactly what the ECW brand needed after months of Vince McMahon dominating the ECW product. It's well documented what went down with Benoit on the weekend of the pay-per-view, as he no-showed the event, and WWE were forced to cancel the match at the
Who's
last
dead?
moment and substitute in Johnny Nitro. Of course, the heinous actions of Benoit later surfaced, resulting in this being one of the darkest weekends in WWE history. But there you have it, folks, 10 anticipated WWE matches that were cancelled at the last minute. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Ever wonder what it's like to be an air crewman in the Navy?
Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna see you on the next video.